Hello, and thank you for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz. Now, there's only one way that we can properly begin this hour, and that's by saying woo pig. Some congratulations are in order for the Hogs tonight with their win over number 2 Stanford. So we're here with Tyler Cass live in Nebraska. Tyler, I can hear the Hog calls from here.
Oh yeah, I mean look, Arkansas just introduced themselves to Omaha and the 2022 College World Series with authority. I don't even think the most optimistic of Razorback fans would have predicted this. A 17-2 beatdown of Stanford, the highest seeded team left remaining in the NCAA tournament. Connor Noland was masterful. The Arkansas offense was record-setting, and the fans showed out. There's a reason they call this place Bob Walker Stadium North, and Arkansas fans let them hear it during the game and after.
When Arkansas is in the outfield and they yell Razorbacks up front, I know the team hears it. I'm sure it's big support for them, and it's good to hear as a fan. You get kind of goosebumps when
it was a home game, wasn't it? Never seen anything like it. I've been coming here for a number of years off and on, and it was great.
I think they're going to go all the way. I mean, Razorbacks all day. Razorbacks all day.
You got to give it to Stanford's a good team, top-ranked team coming in. So, hey, game one, put a win in the books. That's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing to do indeed. Game one is essential if you want to make a run here at the College World Series, and Arkansas made quick work of that. And you want to know something fun? The guy in the blue shirt saying Razorbacks all the way, he's not even an Arkansas guy. He's just a local Nebraska fan who fell in love with the Razorbacks and their fans and learning how to call the Hogs. That's kind of been the story out here. The Razorback fans are in full force, and the neutral fans, they're getting swept up in it. Stanford swept away by a 17-2 Razorback win, and we'll hear more from Dave Van Horn, Connor Noland, the team, and full highlights from this win coming up in just a few minutes in sports. For now, we'll go back to the studio and Corrales Ortiz with a look at your weather.
Thanks, Tyler. Man, I can imagine just the environment there must be super exciting. We always love to hear the great news. In terms of great news, weather-wise, I know it's been hot. It's been humid. We've had some form of relief today in the form of some showers and storms for some. Some of them have been pretty strong and no severe at the moment, but it's been producing plenty of lightning and brief heavy downpours. But those areas that are seeing it are seeing temperatures in the 80s and 70s this evening. And elsewhere, we're still in the 90s, and it's still pretty humid out there, where we're seeing the heat index near the 105 degrees. So we are going to be continuing this heat advisory until at least another hour to half hour. And then tonight, not going to be as warm as it was last night. We'll be mostly clear, temperatures in the upper 60s. We'll be seeing a cold front push through, bringing in some brief relief for us in the forecast. So I have more details on that as we get into your holiday weekend coming up.
Now, it is a holiday weekend, as tomorrow is Juneteenth. It's a day that commemorates the end of slavery in the U.S. And today, Juneteenth events are happening all across the state. That's why THV 11's Frederick Price is here with us to talk about one small town that has big plans for celebration. So, Frederick, tell me all about your day.
Yeah, Sarah, it's really interesting. I got a chance to go down to Southeast Arkansas and Wilma, where dozens of people gathered for an annual event. Now, they call it the June Dinner. Organizers say that name dates back to the 1800s when freed slaves walked to Arkansas from Texas to spread the news that slavery was no more. Now, the mayor, Tony Perry, tells me those people got together and celebrated the good news. And years later, the community is still carrying on the tradition with hopes that no one forgets why this holiday is important to Black Americans.
Even though we were once considered property, even though we were once considered 1/5 human, now we can look back on our history and stand proud and strong, but we can't forget.
And there are so many things happening down there, including the annual June Dinner Parade, as you see there. I was able to talk with some of the elders who've been going to that event since they were kids, and you'll hear more about their story tonight at 10 o'clock. But like I mentioned, so interesting to see all of those people there today.
There's just so much history within that. I mean, has the pandemic affected that attendance at all? It seems just rooted from years and years past.
Yeah, certainly. The last 2 years, they had to scale down some of those festivities and those celebrations because of the pandemic. But this year, they're in full force. She told me that at one point, they had over 10,000 people at that one event for one weekend. So I can only imagine what the number will be like this year.
And I'm sure they're super excited. Can't wait to hear more about it. Thanks so much, Frederick.
You bet.
And just hours ago, Juneteenth was commemorated on the steps of the state capitol. A variety of speakers participated in the celebration by the Arkansas Martin Luther King Commission. Unfortunately, the event came to an early end when authorities evacuated Capitol grounds due to a threat to the festivities. But those celebrating today were able to honor their culture safely. And so many other celebrations continued today across the state. That includes, of course, a parade. The floats kicked off the Interstate Park celebrations today. There was music, vendors, and plenty of food trucks still going strong. It only started about an hour ago, so if you still want to get out of the house, you have time to enjoy those festivities as well. And on historic 9th Street in Little Rock, the Mosaic Templars brought back a full day of their own Juneteenth activities following their hiatus during the pandemic. The decades-old celebration featured local black businesses and even held a 5K run. Yes, even in this heat. And just down the street today, Safe House hosted their first ever Pride Festival in the Soma district of Little Rock. You're definitely going to want to check it out. It was a great event. They endured the heat as well. The free event held at the Bernice Gardens was advertised as a safe gathering space for everyone in the LGBTQ+ community and their allies. Organizers for today's festival say all proceeds will help create more opportunities for local performers, creators, and equal rights advocates. Turning now to the latest in COVID-19 numbers, COVID-19 vaccines have finally been approved for children under the age of 5. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says the goal is to start administering them within the next week. Michael George reports from New York.
Coronavirus vaccines will soon be available for children under 5.
We've taken a major step forward today.
On Saturday, a CDC advisory committee voted unanimously to recommend the shots for infants as young as 6 months old. Committee members said the protection offered by the vaccines outweighs its risks.
We don't know everything that there is to be known about this. Yes, the data may change, but we have a bottom line here, which is that this infection kills children, and we have an opportunity to prevent that.
An estimated 18 million babies, toddlers, and preschoolers are expected to become eligible.
I feel comfortable in saying that that vaccinating will be a benefit, a net benefit.
It's unclear how parents will respond to the news. In a recent survey, less than 20% of parents with young kids said they would have them vaccinated immediately. 38% plan to wait and see. 27% said they don't intend to get their children vaccinated at all. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Children between 5 and 11 years old have been eligible for vaccines since November, but the CDC says less than 30% of them are fully vaccinated right now. Still ahead in just 6 minutes, our Verify team takes on a viral social media claim on how you can verify unmarked police cars. You don't want to miss it, and you'll want to stick with us.
Live look across the metro this afternoon and evening. We were starting off pretty warm this weekend. No surprise here, but we actually have some relief in the forecast. I'll let you know how long that's expected to last and what's in store for your Father's Day forecast just ahead.